for the second time?
Well, what happened, we were in China. Jaden was working with Jackie Chan. And I was just seeing how much fun he and Jackie were having making the Karate Kid. And I was like, hey, Jackie, that's my son. And, so I started thinking of something. I was like, I wanted to work with him again. So I had the idea for a while. And I think it was your birthday.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't come to my birthday party.
Yeah.
So
I was calling to make up a lie. Oh man, I'm having back surgery, I got a cramp, So I was calling to wish him happy birthday. And he's like, first of all, he's like, you're not coming to my party. And, he's like, I don't want a present. I want to make a movie. Pitch me a movie right now. Right? So I was like, so I pitched the idea, the seeds of the idea for After Earth. And I was like, wait a minute. He's like, that's a real movie. Yeah, and I think it was probably about 10 days later.
Yeah, we met in Los Angeles.
We met, at night. He had to come up with all of these ideas, and Knight really forced it through, because, thank you, because actually, I was being lazy, and you actually brought After Earth hardcore to the screen.
Yeah, I think he thought I was joking, but, he's just calling for a birthday, happy birthday. Yeah. I was like, I'll do it.
He was like, I'm in. I was, oh.
I mean, it's amazing. I love it because only halfway through the movie did I realize that this is actually like a sci-fi movie. This is my favorite type of movie to make, and I'm actually making it. And I realized halfway through the movie it has explosions, extraterrestrials, black people with swords. I was like, this is amazing. This is exactly the movie I wanted to make. Halfway through. So I'm just happy that we got the opportunity to make it, because I think people are gonna really enjoy it.
It's a unique experience.
Yeah, there you go.
I always use the parent when I'm directing a younger person. I always use it, but him being in the movie is an added thing. So I have to protect him sometimes so he can do his performance. And sometimes, sometimes it's just me and Jaden. But when Jaden's a very, by the way, he's very guarded. He's a very sweet kid. He doesn't like to show his emotion. It sounds really sweet, but it's hard for me. I can't get anything. He's quiet, he's very sweet. I'm like, no, it's okay. Come out. And sometimes I can't get all the way, and then I turn to him and I go beat him up. And he goes in, he gets he starts going. He can go farther because he's the dad. He won't get in trouble. So then he gets farther.
Yeah, no, it would be Knight. I would see Knight talking to Jaden, and I'm trying to concentrate on my part, so I'll be over here pretending like I'm not looking.
He's not joking, by the way. Exactly how what?
I'm trying to pretend like I'm talking to somebody else.
Yeah, and I'm trying to direct him over here, and I'm like, so anyway, your character's doing this, doing that. And then when I wave him over, he's like, okay.
Yeah, come on, man, dig in. No, it's similar to that. I'll be like, Jaden, eat your spinach or we are going to die. Really similar to that.
No, I mean, it's similar in some ways, but Cypher and my dad are like two completely different people. That's really confusing. Just because Cypher and my dad, I can be speaking as guitar, I can be speaking as Jaden.
That's deep.
Yeah.
It's like a paradox.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, but he's really different than that. You know what I mean? If he was telling me I'll pursue the happiness, it was a different story. It was the same person. It was the same person. It was literally, yo, Dad, I'm gonna go. Can I get some orange juice out the fridge? We can't afford any orange juice, Chris. Sweet can is in the fridge already. It's there.
I was just more in character.
He was just way more in character. He stopped showering and buying things for a month.
I was trying to be authentic.
Yeah.
You're a producer and a father, right? So you got to go back. The producer, your job is to make sure that the movie gets made. And as a father, you you want to make sure it gets made with your kid staying alive for the process. So it's like there was one time.
So yeah, I can tell who's coming up to the set if it's the father or the producer. I know, oh no, father's here. There was one, we were on a cliff. You can tell that story?
Yeah, it was a real cliff.
He's going to make me look bad here. This is not true. It's not true.
So we walk out, and so Knight sees me coming. I can always tell when Knight is about to ask to do something that's way too dangerous for Jaden to do. So I see Knight doing this. He's looking over the cliff, and it's like 400-meter drop off of a cliff, and Knight's going. And he looks like he sees me coming. He's like. So I come up. So Knight's like, hey, Will, how you doing?
Hey, you look good. You look good today.
So listen, I'm thinking we're just gonna wire Jake. We're gonna hang him over the cliff, and we're gonna have him crawl up. And I'm like,
he goes, literally that morning, we spent the whole morning. So first of all, let me make clear, there was no danger. There was no danger. It was scary, but there was no danger. So he comes over and he goes over the cliff. Literally, this is timing. He goes, no, we're not doing this. Walks away, and I was like, I guess we're not doing that shot.
no, but it gets difficult sometimes because as a father, there's a certain amount of push that you want to give your son, right? It's like, as strange as it sounds, movie making is our family business. It's like, that's like a pizzeria or a car dealership. That's what the whole family does. So I want to push him and I want to teach him that, the director has designed a shot, the director has tested the shot, so clearly it's safe. So I wanted to push him, but there's that the father was winning out more times.
Will's an athlete, and actually Jaden is too. They're very skilled, right? So there would be lots of times like where he would be doing parkour stuff. You guys know what parkour is? And he'd do that. It's
Acrobats,
running, jumping, flipping, diving, just escaping something and looking cool at the same time.
And so then there would be times where I would be fine with what he did, like he parkour off a tree and run up, and then Will would push him even farther to go faster and do it harder. So there were times when the athlete family.
Yeah, the father comes out too with the producer. I only ever see the producer.
No. See, because what it is I can't father you on the set at work, right? Because you're at work, you've signed a contract, you have work to do, you have things that you have to do. So I was fathering you behind your back.
Yeah. By the way, that scene, you weren't there when we did that.
You weren't there. Yeah, you never knew we had that conversation.
We had a river scene. It's when my character assembles a bunch of logs. He has to go down the river because he feels like it'll be faster. So I'm talking to the stunt guy, and he's like, all right, so we have people with oxygen tanks under the water. They're going to be watching you. We have crop divers. They're going to be watching out for any crocodiles. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. And he's like, all right, you're going to be all right. Don't fall in the water or anything. And if you do, we'll save you because we have crocodiles, we have fish in there, we have piranhas in there. And my dad jumps in and he goes, vegetarian piranhas. There's a difference.
Okay, all right, that was it. Okay, I'll admit that day when I knew that we needed crocodile divers to clear the crocodiles away. It crossed my mind for a second that maybe this was a poor parenting choice.
Here's the only problem I had. Did the piranhas tell you they were vegetarian?
They didn't look like they were meat-eating piranhas.
Okay. All right. Yeah. There was people chasing me in gray suits, so that was kind of scary.
Yeah, because there's people in the suits.
Yeah.
Gray spandex suits
Yeah,
chasing
gray
them.
spandex suits, and this guy's going,
Yeah. So, it was, I mean, it's equally as scary. I mean.
there's a bunch of stuntmen chasing them.
But they do it, like, they're actually good. Like, they'll walk around and they'll crawl like this and everything.
Yeah,
It's
they
like,
were
they're
cool.
really good. They know, like, they were trained to look like they were baboons.
They were baboons.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
That
were
was
talented.
scary. That was
They almost could get billed as actors.
Actors,
Because
yes.
it's almost an acting
Yeah.
job that you're doing.
It was like
you know, first baboon, second baboon, third
Yeah,
baboon.
yeah,
They would be listed though.
yeah.
I guess that's important for you as a director to sort of make it as real as possible for your cast, because you have the CGI later, but you want to get a performance that is genuine.
Yeah, you want real. You don't want him pretending. You know, as much as you know, as he sees them on one take, the actors, the stuntmen will be doing it more aggressively. One will jump faster, and you want to see Jaden's reactions. The kind of I don't know what's going to happen on his eyes, and it's a very fascinating thing because you take them right out, and then you put it in the baboons, and he's reacting genuinely to the action.
He don't do everything. I do some stuff.
You do most of it. Definitely get some stuff done.
I did some stuff.
You do most of the talking,
Crying.
Yeah. You do
No,
most
so,
of the crying, the yelling.
Yeah, no, I told Jaden, I said, listen, this is an opportunity as your dad. I'm gonna hook you up. You're gonna do, you know, the running and jumping, and you're gonna do most of the action, but I'm gonna take most of the money. And I think that's a good parenting deal. That was another questionable parenting decision on the movie.
Should I let my son
Run up the active volcano. Yeah.
And then we agreed on, yeah, then we went back again.
Action.
Yeah.
Well, just run fast so we can get out of here. And you have to break the thing inside of you that doesn't want people to see, right? Because as soon as you allow people to see, all of a sudden you get access to things that you didn't realize you had access to, right? For example, like a thing I used to do is when I was probably 18 or 19 years old, I got in touch with those blocks. The camera hates emotional blocks. Like you put a camera in somebody's face and they're uncomfortable about delivering the emotion. It looks fake and you feel it. You immediately know it's not real, right? Especially look at the size of this screen. And in a shot, that whole screen could be just your eyes, right? So it's like you can't hide discomfort, uncertainty, so you have to be able to get comfortable, you know, just being anything! Anything that you have to be for the role, you have to be comfortable being it!
I was so scared.
But you know, but that is the part of it, and then by the same token, you have to, you know, be able to just be quiet, to be nervous, to really love someone. You have to get comfortable doing it in front of your father. That block is the thing. The block that you have for your father is the block you're going to have for the camera, is the block you're going to have when there's a pretty girl behind the camera that's working and you want to look cool for her, you know, you don't want her to see you cry, you know, so that block, you can use your father. If he makes you uncomfortable, it's perfect. Because that's the discomfort you have to break in order to be able to bear yourself in front of the camera.
So I think why you can be such an amazing actor is because when you were a teenager in Philly, he would go to the mall and he would stand up on the chair like this and he would say, "Hey, can I have your attention, everybody? Everybody. My name is Will Smith and I'm going to be famous one day. You guys don't know me yet." But yeah. And then he would sit back down.
Yeah.
And he'd sit back in his chair. But he was just comfortable saying and doing anything. So when you got in front of the camera, you were okay to let that emotion go.
Yeah.
You know what
that
I mean?
was like practice for me to break that fear.
That's always practice. So
girls are great too. Like
Yeah.
to just like at a party, get comfortable walking up, saying hi, and getting rejected hard in front of your friends.
Gotta be alright with getting
Yeah, but you
rejected.
gotta break good because acting, every take is rejection. That's what it is. You do a take and people don't clap, it's rejection. And you can't allow that to close you down because bearing yourself is what makes you look strong on camera.